The recent wildfires in Central Texas brought devastation to hundreds of families who will now spend months rebuilding their homes. And while many see this as a tragedy, some unlicensed repairmen see it as a chance to make a lot of money. A special KXAN investigation tonight and an undercover sting operation conducted by the state of Texas to catch these unlicensed contractors. KXAN's Chris Willis investigates.
Well, they are coming out of the woodwork, unlicensed contractors promising to save you a little money. Dozens of them are flocking to Bastrop and Steiner Ranch, areas where a lot of insurance companies have written a lot of checks to homeowners who want to rebuild as soon as possible. Both FEMA and the Better Business Bureau have issued consumer warnings. But it's not just the wildfires. These electrical and air conditioning repairmen are all over Central Texas looking for work. And it's work that comes with a big risk. That's why the state of Texas is cracking down, using an undercover sting operation to keep unlicensed workers out of your homes.
Our whole process here is to protect the consumers.
The Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation spends a lot of time working to protect you. But brainstorming in a conference room is one thing, an undercover sting operation is another. This old warehouse was used as the bait house, set up by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, an agency that agreed to allow 4 undercover cameras to catch alleged unlicensed contractors in action. The agency put out a request for bids and then contacted close to 100 electrical and AC contractors, advertising on Craigslist and small community newspapers. The state suspected some lacked proper licenses, and the response was overwhelming.
It's typical in what we see because people are taking shortcuts to go out and make a buck.
First example, a licensed journeyman who has no electrical contractor's license, giving an estimate and asking for 85% of the total payment up front before the job was even started.
I need 50% down, 35% after the roughing, and then the last 15% after I finish.
His invoice had no company name on it, no phone number, no electrical contractor's license number. Each of those is required by the state.
A little bit of knowledge can be very dangerous.
And one after another, they kept coming. Some claiming to have experience, but lacking the appropriate license.
How long have you been doing electrical?
For about 15 years. Oh. I installed all the Williamson County Jail features of security, all their CCT cameras, and all that stuff. So.
He later admitted he was part of a larger licensed crew on that job.
Yeah, I'm an engineer. Oh, okay. I do work for him. I do a contract here, but I'm using his license.
Oh, okay.
Electrician, I can probably run a little electrical there. It's not that far.
Okay, is the electrical work going to be included in your bid? Add that to them.
The plumbing, the gas unit also.
Okay.
So I'm going to try everything for about $3,400 out there, everything be included.
Great.
If we don't win no permits, nothing.
Okay.
There is value in knowing that you've got trained, competent, insured individuals, and you have a recourse.
And that really is the focus of this investigation, having recourse. Because if you have work done by an unlicensed contractor and something happens, you'd be out of luck. ABC Home and Commercial Services displays all contractor license numbers on their vehicles. The licensing is different for AC and electrical as required by law. Many times the companies that do it right, like ABC, are called in to clean up after those who do it wrong.
There's a lot of them out there. Yeah. You see the ad like handyman services, all the little fix-it things.
Randy tells us that if a contractor does not have a license, odds are he doesn't have insurance either. And your homeowner's policy may not cover damage caused by an unlicensed repair.
Someone will just come right out and say, look, if you go through a licensed electrician, it's going to cost you anywhere from $500 to $600 more.
But before you think this is just a state agency trying to levy fines and raise revenue for penalties, you should know this. Cease and desist letters are in the process of being sent to alleged violators, and fines could be levied. But compliance is their goal, and oftentimes they'll work with those unlicensed contractors to get them on the right path.
We want the people to be licensed because somebody that's licensed, we know, will have the insurance, they will have the knowledge, the public will be protected.
Well, through our investigation and the Freedom of Information Act, we have received a copy of the notice of alleged violation for the contractor in our story that claimed to have done work on the Williamson County Jail. State officials tell us other notices and cease and desist letters are being sent to the others. You can read this one for yourself under the Investigations tab at KXAN.com. We have also set up a quick test you can take to show you what to watch out for when dealing with a contractor. And we've posted a link to the TDLR website so you can check for yourself whether your contractor has a valid license. By the way, that undercover sting resulted in 31 alleged violations. Those individuals face up to $5,000 for each violation. If you have something you want us to investigate, call our tip line or email us at investigates@kxan.com. In the studio, Chris Willis, KXAN News.